Hello, Philadelphia! I'm Bruce Buffer. It's time for the Anthony Gorgano Show!
Live from the Xfinity Studio. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Buongiorno. How about it? How about it? Get out of here with that friggin' thing. How about it? Aaron Nola, the toast of two countries and a city. Aaron Nola was special last night as Team Italy thrashed Mexico and moves on from the group stage to the World Baseball Classic and dragging along Team USA. That's right. Because Italy defeats Mexico, Team USA, despite a blunder by another Italian-American, Mark DeRosa, the Team USA is in, and they survived group stage with the scare. But Team Italy with Nola, how great is it that Aaron Nola, he was dominant. Dominant. He was the perfect pitching paisan last night. 5 innings, 4 hits, 5 Ks, and a walk. Great command. He looked fantastic on the mound. And let's extrapolate, because if Nola is back to his old self, wow, that rotation looking nasty. You know, Wheeler when he comes back, Sanchez, Luzardo, Nola, Painter. That's 5 strong. Oh, man, that could be really something special. If you get Nola pitching like that, and listen, you know, he reminded me of, 2 years ago when you'd see him and it was Atlanta and he'd give you 7 innings and struck out 7 and 3 hits. And, he had some really good starts, which precipitated the contract, right? And last year was, hopefully that was just a bad year. It's a down year. Struggle velocity, maybe tired arm a little bit, all that stuff come to play. And then he has to bounce back. Bounce back Nola would be strong. Absolutely strong. That got me juiced up. That was great theater last night. And let's give it up to the Pasquatch. I mean, are you kidding me? 3 home runs, 3 bombs. Man, that was amazing, man. Some great stuff. All right, we got lots to get to today. Very busy day because EJ's going to join us straight up the top to take temperature as free agent day 2. Free agency day 2 continues today. A couple of moves and newsy and nuggets. We'll get to him coming up straight ahead. EJ will join us. Pat from the editor's desk, our favorite Pat McLoone, will join us. Kevin Negandhi, the great hometown hero, at 10. And then we'll get back to baseball with Corey Seidman at 10:30 to dive deeper into Nola real quick. VG, how about it?
What's up? Hey, Italia. Love it, buddy. Love it.
That's awesome. I love that you're wearing the Big Dom sweatshirt. You got the flag.
Dad be proud today.
Yeah. I had to dust this off. I was like, I've got to wear my Italy sweatshirt.
We did not coordinate this. We just came individually.
No, I don't. I usually don't do stuff. You're great with the themes and to dress it up, to match everything. It's just cool. I just was like, I gotta wear the Italy sweatshirt after as they advance. That was
The whole fun. Thing's just crazy. Crazy that Aaron Nola's pitching for Italy. He comes and saves the day.
Yeah, the
Italy's
USA.
a buzzsaw right now.
Dude, they're good.
Yeah.
I told you.
I don't understand it.
Well, no, but they got a couple of good young power hitters.
Yeah.
They do.
Apparently. Well,
Pasquantino and Caglione are legitimate MLB power hitters.
yeah, I guess I underestimate the Pasquatch.
And I mean, look, he's legit. And Like those two guys are like legitimate power hitters, young power hitters, and I mean, look, they got they are they got Birdie's a good ball player, like he's a decent little ball player, so it was a lot of fun.
And I said going in is spring training. If we see Nola hit 94, he's hit 94 pretty consistently, 94.5.
Yeah,
let's go.
Yeah, and again, it's still mid-spring, so that's good. Well,
Corey's coming up. He did a great piece, and I guess because he had not as many innings, it was one of the first off seasons he could long toss the whole time, and maybe that's helping him out.
Yeah, long toss, good medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Long toss is good medicine.
Yeah.
All right, now let's get to Birds. It's free agency day 2. Joining us from the All PHLY Bird Show, our Eagles reporter insider, who does such a great job covering the team, E.J. Smith, on the Xfinity Mobile call-in line.
Give me an E, give me a J.
Easy.
Give me an E,
What's up, E?
J. Give me that E.J. Smith.
Good morning, E.J.
What's going on, guys? How we doing? It's it's like free agency day 4, day 2. How do you
So
call
I
it?
look at the tampering period separate. So I say FA day 2.
Okay, yeah, I can get behind that. So it was a little bit of a quieter day for the Eagles, but yeah, still some interesting things to talk about on the tight end front here.
Yes. So Dallas Goedert, they moved the deadline up a day. So that kind of signals, or back a day, that kind of signals perhaps a deal with Dallas Goedert, which I would love. Like I love Dallas Goedert. So I'd bring him back. I got Mund. I got Munt. I got a blocker and Calcaterra.
Yeah. I noticed how you said Calcaterra there. Yeah. To me, it would make sense to extend him. They're going to take a dead cap hit if he leaves, which is why they pushed the void date back a couple of days. If he does end up in free agency, my understanding is that they will not get a comp pick for him because they pushed the void date back. In order for them to have gotten the comp pick, you would have had to hit free agency at the normal time on Wednesday. So that does kind of signal to me that they at least think that there's a chance that there will be an extension there. That's something that we've talked about. That is our expectation as well. Is that they're pushing for it. It's something that is on the table. So yeah, I think that this buys them a little bit of time. And again, it does also kind of give them time to try and avoid this cap hit, because honestly, given what the tight end market looks like, you might be paying $10 million in dead money, or you might just be paying Dallas Goedert $10 million if you think that's where his market's going to end up here. So I would still, I keep an eye on that one. I think Njoku is a good backup plan for them if Dallas Goedert signs elsewhere. But I think this does signal that they wanted a little bit more time to try and hammer out an extension.
Yeah, and I'm good with that. Now, last night there was an event. John Clark was there from NBC Sports Philly, and Johnny talked to Vic Fangio. And Vic let a little nugget fall from the tree. Well, not a good one. Jihaad Campbell, shoulder, going to be sidelined most of the offseason.
Yeah. It's something that you could tell that Jihaad Campbell had a shoulder injury toward the end of the year. It was something that he was able to play through. And you got to keep in mind that when the Eagles drafted Jihaad Campbell, shoulder injuries and knee injuries were part of the reason he slid in the draft. Now, Vic Fangio said that he expects him to be back in time for training camp, but that's still the whole offseason program that he's going to miss. And there's not a defensive coach in the NFL that is more of a stickler about practice reps throughout in a long period of time than Vic Fangio. So that is significant. It's significant news. It's not ideal that he's going to be missing that time because he's got big shoes to fill. He's a really talented player. He's got the upside to be better than Nakobe Dean, I would say, just based off the profile of what kind of player he is. But the mental side is going to be the thing that he has to catch up on, because you saw what the defense looked like when Nakobe Dean was reinserted in that position because of all the intangible stuff that Nakobe brought. So yeah, definitely not an ideal development. And it's always like Vic to kind of be overly honest about player statuses and if they're practicing or not. It's always front of mind for him. And yeah, that's definitely one to keep an eye on going into training camp.
Yeah, especially since you lost Nakobe. It was funny. Vic used the phrase, we're like the
The farm
the
system,
farm
right?
system.
Yeah.
He's such a great baseball guy. We're the farm system of the rest of the league on
Yeah.
defense.
Yeah, I found him talking about Jalen Phillips' contract telling. I mean, he's being nice. He's like, good for him. But yeah, he was like, once Carolina came in with that offer, we weren't doing all that. He's like, great, yeah, that was way too much money. So, yeah, it's like a farm system where people pay a ridiculous amount of money for all your AAA superstars there. But yeah, no, that was a good analogy by him.
All right, let me ask you this, because let's get back to like positional stuff. So
Yeah.
Reek's done. The secondary's kind of set. There's one safety spot that you're probably look at, and then, of course the edge. Those are the edge is a big one on defense. Those two spots. I was talking to Mike Garafolo yesterday, and Mikey was like, the Crosby thing, how we could still kind of swoop in there,
Yeah.
and then you still have the Grenard possible trade.
Yeah, Grenard's the one for me. I mean, we'll see what happens with Crosby. I think it'd be great if the Eagles could add him, especially, at a price lower than what the Ravens traded for him. Grenard makes a lot of sense. Bradley Chubb signed with the Bills yesterday. That was one that I was keeping an eye on because, he had the history of Vic Fangio, wouldn't count against the comp pick formula, but Buffalo paid him a lot of money. So, it doesn't surprise me that the Eagles weren't in that market. Yeah, but I think they need an edge rusher. I think that they'll have to be creative in how they find one. And then safety, I mean, to my knowledge, Jaquan Brisker's still out there, right? Because
Yes.
he's the one that I'd keep an eye on if they were going to
Well,
spend.
I said that the other day. I'm with you, man. He's a guy
Yeah.
that I know they like Chicago. So yeah,
Yeah.
we're on the same page there.
Yeah, if they're gonna spend at that position, I think he makes a lot of sense. It wouldn't surprise me though if they go into next year trying to find a low cost veteran. Especially they paid the money for Reek Woolen. It wouldn't surprise me if they try to do like the Adoree Jackson at safety, whether that's Michael Carter or they're probably going to add a couple more guys in that room. It probably will be a competition for that other safety spot. It's risky though because you don't know exactly what you're going to get from Andrew Makuba, and he's another one that's not going to be available right away in the offseason program based off when we last heard from him. He's not. He's also coming off a pretty bad injury, so with how much Vic Fangio values safeties, wouldn't shock me if they invested in it. But again, where they're at right now in terms of resources at other positions, it also wouldn't shock me to see them have to go low cost there.
And you do have Coop so there is versatility there.
Yeah,
Right?
and Reek Woolen, he's mostly an outside guy, so maybe Michael Carter is in the slot if you put Coop at safety. They've got options, you're right, but it's just a little bit more. It's a little harder to project than I would have expected.
Yeah.
This early in free agency.
Yeah. On offense, I mean, it just comes down to the potential AJ trade and kind of how you fill out. We talked about Goddard at tight end, and then it's like if you're going to move AJ, you're probably going to add a receiver, but that's really going to come. The big receiver add will come through the draft.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, this receiving core in free agency wasn't the strongest. You saw what guys got paid as a reflection of that. The market kind of, got reset. It's not the top of the market, but like the middle of the market really did feel like it got reset. A lot of guys making 20 million plus that you wouldn't expect to.
I mean, Romeo Dobbs got a lot that contract.
Yeah, him and Alec Pierce are the ones. I mean, Wan'Dale Robinson got paid way more than I expected him to. So yeah, they're going to have to go into the draft and try to address it. You can get good receivers late first round, especially even in this on day 2. It's not a 100% hit rate, but we've talked about Omar Cooper as a guy we like. I think he could make a lot of sense in that second round. So yeah, I think it's the offensive stuff you're going to see in the draft. That's the natural transition that Howie Roseman has talked about. They've got a lot of guys on rookie contracts on defense. They've been low cost, but they're about to become really expensive. They're going to have to balance that out through the draft with offensive players on rookie deals, and they have to hit on those picks. So yeah, I think that's going to be a big emphasis in the draft for that reason. It wouldn't shock me to see him sign a tackle at some point. Just somebody that if you just draft proof it, right? You don't want to have to go into the draft feeling like you need a backup tackle. So yeah, I think some offensive line depth would make sense in the next couple of weeks. Other than that, yeah, I think you've got one more move at tight end, and then you're probably not doing too much at receiver. They might sign one guy, but again, they'd be signing somebody that they hope to draft over in a month here.
Hey, a couple of young guys that I want to ask you about because that is important when it comes to the roster. I mean, I hear Kendall is the guy that they like,
Yeah.
which could obviously change, who your future, depending on what happens with the interior part of your line with two big question marks. Does Cam move? That sort of thing.
Yeah, I remember Drew Kendall's name was like very often spoken with the guys I talked to, in the Eagles building in Indianapolis. They were big fans of him, and I do think that maybe it's not this year, but in the short term future, I think that they do think he has a path toward becoming a starter level player for them. I think he's gonna have to show it. I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves here, but yeah, and I think the big thing when you're looking at Kendall versus Cam Jurgens is that I've heard that Cam Jurgens at times struggles with the calls, and we've talked about Jalen, struggling with the pre-snap calls as well. It's a drop off. It's hard to replace Jason Kelsey in that regard. Jason Kelsey, handling things at the line of scrimmage. He's like the perfect example of what you want there. And I heard that Cam struggled at times last season, sorting out what they were seeing pre-snap. And I think when you look at Drew Kendall, he's played a lot more center. He's got the NFL pedigree. His dad played in the league. And for that reason, I think that they feel like he is more of like a natural center, who can, call things out because he's not smaller than Cam. When I first heard it, I'm thinking, okay, like he's really only a center because of his size, but no, he can play guard. I think that he has some versatility, even though he hasn't done much of it, in a game. But I think the reason they want him at center is because he's kind of like got the mind of a center, the mentality to be able to handle that stuff. So for that reason, I do think that it wouldn't shock me to see him start a few games next season, depending on injury, and especially the year after. I think he could step into one of those roles.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking about. Hey, depth-wise on the D line, Robinson. What do we make of him? Because he was pretty quiet, didn't dress and a lot, and what do we make about his progress?
Yeah, it was a tricky one because he's an older prospect. You would have expected him to be available and part of the rotation from day one. I thought it was surprising he wasn't. I know that the Nebraska guys were bullish on him, thought he'd step in right away. I mean,
Yeah, I
it's
talked to
opportunity at
Matt.
times.
Matt loved him.
Yeah, absolutely. So to me, it seemed like opportunity was the biggest thing for him. If Vic Fangio doesn't trust you, that does tell you a lot. But I'd still wonder, especially, I mean, they're going to have to continue this churn of defensive tackle, pass rush specialists. The Milton Williams into Moro Ajomo into we don't know who's next right at this point. So I think Ty Robinson, if I'm him, I'm trying to figure out how to become that type of player. But his game is a little bit more well-rounded than those guys. So yeah, I think next year is going to be really big for him because yeah, your 24-year-old draft pick, you don't have a super long runway. It's not like he was drafted for upside. He was drafted kind of because he was able to come in and play snaps right away.
All right, I would be remiss since we're talking D-line not to bring up BG. BG was at the event last night. He was talking to John about coming back. He said that numerous times on this show, on his own show, Unblocked, which people should watch. He's so good. It's such a great show. I mean, here's the deal with BG. He's just waiting on Howie to give him a one-year deal, right, to come back, play his final year, but he wants to play. He wants to go to training camp, right? He wants a full season, not just wait through training camp, but actually be a part of training camp. And he showed you last year that he could play inside. So there's versatility, and as a depth guy, brings a lot, obviously, to the room with his incredible persona, and everybody respects him. But he also showed you he could play inside.
Yeah. Yeah, and he also showed you that he was able to overcome, disadvantageous circumstances last year coming in midway through the season. But I don't know, you could tell from listening to him on the show and from talking to him throughout the season, you knew it was hard for him to do that both physically as a player and also honestly hard on his family. So I get where he's coming from here, where he wants to be in on training camp. He's been clear about it. And I mean, honestly, I think as an Eagles fan, you have to appreciate he wants to play another season. He knows he would only do it. He knows he would only be willing to do it here. I think like that's something that shouldn't go unnoticed is that, he's now this is 2 years in a row now where like he still has that fire. Vic Fangio always says he has a stinger, but he only wants to do it for the Eagles. I think that's commendable.
Yeah, I do too. All right. What are you looking at for day 2?
Yeah, the Dallas Goddard thing is going to be on my radar all day. I think that, there's the deadline. Obviously, it's tomorrow. So I think you're going to see movement there, and then if there's movement there, I think that also will tell us what's going to happen with Njoku. It wouldn't surprise me if there's another. How did you put it yesterday, Howie Potter? It wouldn't surprise me if they make another splashy signing here, but I really do think it's going to be tight end focused. And then maybe some offensive line depth, or somebody in the secondary. But yeah, that the I think all eyes are on Goddard today, at least at 9:21 on Thursday morning.
I like it. I like it.
EJ, they gave out titles yesterday. Jihaad Johnson, what was his title?
Yeah, it was a senior offensive assistant. I think it's something vague. So yeah, that one didn't surprise me too much. Clint Hurt got a promotion. He's an associate head coach now. Yeah, so Jihaad Johnson, senior offensive assistant, special projects for the head coach.
Special projects for the head coach.
Yeah, guy on the staff that everyone likes is kind of usually what that one means. Yeah, so yeah, there were some other ones. I mean, we had talked on the show before about Joe Casper is going to be the defensive pass game coordinator, but they hired Mike Pellegrino to be the secondary coach underneath him. It's a little bit different structure than what they had before, but I think it makes sense because Pellegrino's more corners and Casper is obviously coming more from safety, so balances it out.
I like Casper a lot. Very good coach.
Same. Sharp.
Very
yeah,
good
he's
coach.
A sharp guy. Absolutely.
Very, very good. My man. All right, keep us posted. You hear anything? We'll be following 2:00 today, right?
2:00. Yep. Be on with Bo. We'll have all the news covered.
I
Yep.
love it. Thanks, brother. Great job.
Thanks, guys.
Here he is, E.J. Smith. All right, we coming up. We go to the editor. But first, how about a word from our friends? Hoops wall to wall today. Conference tournaments heating up. The big conference is heating up all day long. You want to play the madness? You play it right on the BetPark Sportsbook online casino app. It's got it all for you. Plus, you got Sixers without everyone, including Oubre in Detroit tonight, and Flyers in Minnesota. Fly Guys, a nice win last night. Gave up the first goal yet again, but came back and won against Washington. 4-1 last night. So there's a myriad of ways to play. You got the tournament coming up, baseball, the World Baseball Classic. It's all right there. Plus all the great casino games right there on your phone. New customers get 250 spins on the new Leprechaun game. It's perfect.
Gold Trio, Leprechaun's Luck.
There it is. You got to be 21 in PA, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland. BetParks.com for all the details. Have some fun. Always another way to win. A gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. Hey, let's talk Xfinity, okay? Xfinity's 5-year price guaranteed. What if you can have reliable and intelligent Wi-Fi and you could keep it the same price for 5 years? I mean, that's Xfinity's 5-year guarantee. Imagine Wi-Fi that makes everything in your home work together, that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. I have that, all right? It's super intelligent Wi-Fi, and it's 6 cents it's got. Lets you stream the game online, even when the family's packing online, doing gaming and everything else. All your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. And here's the best part, no annual contracts, no hidden fees. Xfinity's best equipment included. A lot can change in 5 years. Championships are won, records are broken, dreams grow bigger, but your Wi-Fi, it should stay reliable. And the price should stay put. Xfinity.com, learn more. Xfinity, imagine that. Select plans only, restrictions apply. Time now for the editor's desk. Let's get him up here. Love him. Pat McLoone.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
This just in, ladies and gentlemen, and all the ships at sea. It's time for headlines from the editor's desk with Pat McLoone.
That's right, on the Xfinity mobile call. Good morning, my brother.
Good morning, boys. How are you? How are you? Anthony, you look good. Festooned in your Italy hood. I know VG likes that word. And what is 8 years? 8 years until Massimo starts hitting bombs in the World Baseball Classic.
Oh my God, from your lips, I would love it. Oh man, I would love it. Oh my God, it would be the greatest. Either that or go quarterback at Notre Dame, one or the other.
There you go. There you go. How are you?
No pressure. No pressure, Moss.
Good, my brother. Missed you. I hope you had a great week.
All good. Yes, indeed. Yep. Plenty going on.
What? Before we start the headlines, overarching sports world thoughts. First, birds and free agency and the wildness that took place. Max Crosby, the whole thing. It's been pretty crazy.
Yeah, how the thing plays out with Crosby is nuts. I legit feel bad for the Raiders. They woke up that next day feeling great. They know they're getting Mendoza. They give them they overpay for Lindenbaum and say, we're going to have a guy under our center to get Mendoza going, and we're going to get some weapons, and we're going to spend money and be serious. And through no fault of their own, I guess they got big cap and money problems right now.
Yeah, that's crazy. Crazy stuff. How about closer to home with the birds?
Well, we'll get into it in greater depth, but honestly, my main thing there is, Anthony, is as we'll bring up is, tell me when it hurts. And to me, it'll hurt if this Goddard thing doesn't come through. That's the one that's going to get to me. Vic, again, made it clear that they wanted Phillips, and that kind of stunk, but it was through no fault of the Eagles. I'm okay. Nakobe Dean probably be a top 15 Eagle of all time for me. I just love the whole story, but you get it. And, they should be able to get somebody as good or better than Blankenship right away, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of the constant drip that Vic's had to do with 2 years, but I think that, people need to relax a little bit. You can't have enough edge guys, though, and they don't have nearly enough. I think that if the Eagles had their way, they'd have like 4 really good edge, guys, and you have BG in there for depth, and you're in great shape. And they're short of that. But
I expect one. I wouldn't put it past Howie to go get Crosby, but I also wouldn't put it past them to go trade for Grenard. I think Jonathan Grenard is the guy. I have a guy I know very well on the Vikings staff. He thought he was a much better fit for Vic. He thinks he's a really good fit for Vic. So I wouldn't be surprised if something like that happens.
Yeah, I would love to see it. And, it's just hard to kind of hang in there through all the way to the end of training camp, knowing that there's so many opportunities to make moves. I mean, who knows? They could still move AJ. They could have all along in their head said, we're going to ask for the moon, but after June 1st, we may ask for a little bit less than that. I just feel kind of renewed a little bit if they went into the season without AJ. But, who knows? Maybe Mannion and these guys could get him in with a great attitude or whatever. I'm skeptical of that. Very skeptical. But so I would have liked to have seen that happen. But
ain't over yet.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's not. No,
right,
it's not.
Let's get to it right to the headlines. And by the way, next week, we got to do something. Beers in advance of the tournament. All right.
I will talk to you guys about that, about the day there, because the normal thing may not work, but absolutely.
You'll be down the shore.
Exactly. Maybe, and too much, I can't, I'm not going to get any privacy. Those jackasses be all over me, but I don't know, maybe a St. Patrick's Day appearance next week. We'll see.
Oh, love it.
There you go. Just a thought. I'll remind you and Julia, see how you want to play it.
Yeah.
But boys, what we're looking at is Eagles, NFL, Phillies, Sixers, and college basketball.
Let's go right to college hoops.
Okay. All right. Well, the headline here is knockout. I mean, they talk about the game knockout. This is literal knockout. And the photo there in the crisp white shirt is a name of the past. That would be Speedy Claxton. And Speedy has Hofstra back in the tournament. It's so great seeing some of these teams get in, whatever. Speedy's got them in. There was a wonderful photo floating around this week of him and Jay. Jay looked like he was about 30, and Speedy looked like he was about 15. And Speedy Claxton and Jay got Hofstra to the tournament, and now they got in. And you've seen it's just, today's, they're just, you can just dig in already. It's 12 hours of basketball.
Yeah.
One thing that struck me at that, Anthony, was your beloved alma mater, Temple's in such bad shape. They weren't even on TV.
I know.
You couldn't even see them. There was an ESPN Plus game. They're making channels come out of your ears. NBC Extra, CBS Sports Network, the two Foxes, all the ESPNs. And they, the American, that round doesn't even get televised.
I know.
That doesn't go well, And there's a squad making Queens College is in a tournament. You say Queens College. Their first ever year in the A-Sun. And all the Auburns and all will all be griping or whatever. I'd like to see Queens draw Stephen Pearl in the first round and beat him by 15. Although but it's just a great thing to whet your appetite, for what's coming up. Another local thing that shouldn't go unmentioned is, congratulations to Steve Donahue, A-10 Coach of the Year. Who knows? 3 seed. Maybe he gets the Hawks to get us a second team. But, there's a guy that get let go by Penn and, comes in at a weird thing as an emergency replacement for Billy Lang. And next thing you know, he's the Coach of the Year. Now, I do have a question for our friend VG. VG, there's no other answer at Syracuse than Jerry McNamara, right?
The Autry thing has really tainted a lot of the alum. They don't want anything associated with Boeheim right now up there.
Yeah, but McNamara's different.
I'd be so excited about McNamara. He's in the locker room. His energy's great. The kids they love playing for him right now. And he's a good coach.
Yes.
Here's something the other night. I forget who did they play. I forget who they played. They played zone. Why would you play 2-3 zone against McNamara, who understudied? If anyone knows how to beat a 2-3 zone, it's Jerry McNamara. It's like playing under John Chaney. It's like, come on. They stayed in 2-3 zone the whole night. He shredded them. But yeah, I don't know. He'd be my choice. He's already got calls from Georgia Tech, Boston College.
He's got Siena in the tournament. That seems like the way to go there. That's for sure.
How about, hey, Pat, how about Lehigh? And
yes,
Lehigh gets in, and they're going, we want Duke. We want Duke.
Yes. See, I love that. I love that stuff.
Me too.
And that was one of those games. The team that dominated that league all year was Navy. Navy was fabulous in the Patriot League. They had like 14 straight wins, and then Lehigh knocked them out on one of those games where it's a tie game and Navy goes down and they scored too early. It's just like the NFL. Bobby Cooney and I have a thing about, who texts first when somebody at the end of the game, did they score too early? Well, that was happening a lot where, Navy got a bucket to put them up 4 or something, and the kid from Lehigh comes down a little around the back, hits a bomb, and boom, the Mountain Hawks are off and dancing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's good stuff.
The whole Joe story is great. Stevie Donahue's a great basketball guy.
Yeah.
I was sad when he left Penn, but
I know.
man.
Very, very good Philadelphia basketball heritage guy.
Yeah.
Would almost have the potential of the Big Five. If Penn gets in, and Penn could with 2 wins this weekend, that will be the 5th university that Fran McCaffrey's taken to the tournament. 5.
Wow.
That's
And
awesome.
they're going to be just short of all 5. Siena's in, Iowa's going to be in, Lehigh's in. If North Carolina, Greensboro got in and Penn got in, he would get his 5th, and then all previous 4 would have been in.
That's cool. That's a great story.
Yeah,
That's a great story. I'll tell you one thing, man. It is dark days. TU going down, LaSalle going down. We need the Joe to make a run.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. That would be great. That would be great. And that's kind of a cool thing, too, because, their big splash in NIL was they brought the freshman over from LaSalle, and I don't know what happened there. He's off the team early on, and everybody, that St. Joe's fan base, though, they don't react lightly to anything. And there was all kind of consternation about Stevie and all that going in there. And Steve's just been he's a real basketball man. And he went in and he did a terrific job.
Very good coach. Very good coach. All right, headline number 2.
Okay, let's go Sixers here, okay?
Ugh.
And our headline on the Sixers, and I must admit, this was done 48 hours ago, but the headline is, oh no, not a pinky, okay? And I think as highly of Tyrese Maxey as anyone in the city not named Anthony Gargano. I'm a big Maxey guy. And whatever works out with Maxey's good, but it's just one of those things. I try not to do it to our friend VG that often, but I'll go back to his comment about that he thought that the Sixers might be closer to the playoffs than the Eagles. And, it's just a matter of stability. And you can argue that they're all banged up or whatever, but here's Maxey and he's down with a pinky and he's out. And you had the game with no Embiid, no Edgecombe, no Maxey, no Paul George. It's to me, it's just more of the same with these guys. And this is one that's going to just rankle me to no end. Paul George is going to come back. March 25th would be the game after 25 games. And he'll come back and he'll do a good job for a couple games. And then 3 games in, they're going to do load management with Paul George. He's been out 25 games. I'll tell you, load management, what a load. Emphasize the load on load management,
That's the truth, man. No, they are.
Come on, man.
And again, bad of a product. How about the Bam stuff the other night? Come on.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, that's wild. Somebody said to me that, Kobe would be thrilled that somebody broke his record. What? No. Kobe, if he, God bless him, if he was still living, he would have come out of the stands to make sure that Bam didn't get the 80.
Especially that way. He shot 43 free throws. I mean, it was a joke. I mean, it was stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, not for nothing. Joe had 70 and didn't play the fourth quarter.
Right. Yeah. I kept wondering what was going to happen there, and Bam's previous high was 41, and now he's got 46 at the half, So, I mean, he's a top 20 player in the NBA, I would think. But you wouldn't have thought him as that prolific a scorer. He's absolutely going to fall back to earth. But on the other end, it had people taking a look and standing up and looking at the NBA, which is, they need that all they can get. Adam Silver actually stepped in and did something right this week when he squashed the Magic, having a, we like our Italian Heritage Night or our Irish Heritage Night or Harry Potter Night or whatever. But Adam Silver put the squash on, I don't know the name of the place, Charm City Night or whatever. It was the Magic were going to have a night saluting the top strip club in
Did you see this?
I didn't see this
Oh,
story.
yeah, they were doing a whole night celebrating this historic Gentlemen's Club in Atlanta.
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean,
One of the
Anthony,
players came out against it. Then there's some pushback.
I could be wrong, VG. It got to the point where it was like their next game, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Magic City?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Magic
That's
City.
great.
Yeah, it was like the game was going to be Thursday. It's Tuesday, and somebody
Was
must have
Harden-
nudged that.
was
and
Harden
somebody,
in
whoa. And so that was that.
Yeah, it was
so,
Magic City night.
Magic, it was James Harden who had to be in town for Magic City
sure.
night.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh,
Classic.
my Lord.
Classic.
Yes.
This Sixer thing, I'm at the point now where I'd rather take the shot at them getting the top 4 in the lottery to keep the pick than go to the playoffs.
Yeah, I never even, it's funny you say that. I had kind of totally walked away from that as a possibility, but okay. The ping pong balls could come into play here. Ooh,
A 9% chance.
I mean, it's terrible odds, but it's almost worse going in as a play-in team.
Yeah, in this draft, too. The draft could be 4 deep, right? I mean, you're looking at Boozer, Peterson, Dabonsa. You could be looking at Caleb Wilson at North Carolina.
Yeah. He'd be perfect here.
Yeah. Acuff, it's another guard, but I thought they had a plan with McCain. They were just going to trot out all these guards, but that Acuff is playing for Cal's a pretty good player.
I don't know. I mean, Pat, I just look at it and go, I don't know, buddy. I can't do another one of these weak-ass playoff play-in. Oh,
yeah.
I'd rather take the shot. Give me a lottery, and who knows? And then clean house. Everybody's got to go.
And if you look at the end of last season, Anthony, they were brutal. They won like 2 games of their last 20, 25. There's only so much Quentin Grimes can do for you with all that other, stuff going on. It's just, there was a glimmer there for a second, but there's just no stability to this franchise.
No.
And, part of it is bad luck, but part of it is it's the Sixers,
It's the truth. They're doomed. And then you go
Yes.
figure the freaking Celtics pulling Tatum out of their gigi.
Right.
And they're going to win it again. They're going to win the East again.
Yeah, and I was surprised that the odds at Bet Parks, whatever, that the Pistons, now that Tatum's back, the Pistons are probably like 7th in the league in odds. So I think they smell that the Pistons aren't going to get by the Knicks or Celtics.
By the way, they're comparing Caleb Wilson to Chris Bosh. I'm looking at. I mean, he'd be nice next to Embiid.
Oh my God, you think? All right. Headline next.
All right, we're going to go Phillies, because in honor of your sweatshirt, it's a Phillies / WBC.
Nola.
And it's been a positive week on the bump between Luzardo and Nola. Pumped up. I probably sent to you, I was telling everybody that first night when it just, on Monday night, who would have thought the best contract of the week was going to be signed by the Phillies? I think the Luzardo move's a great move.
Great move.
And both he and Jordan Davis seem like our kind of guys talking the talk, walking the walk, all about Philly. And then Nola, we like the velo numbers Corey Seidman's sending to us, and came up big. Who would have thought that the national pastime of Italy was baseball?
By the way, the kid Nori for Italy, who's a Phillies prospect, he looks pretty good.
Great tournament.
Yeah.
He's had a great tournament. Hit a bomb, laid down a textbook bunt.
Yeah.
Maybe we have something here.
Yeah.
Little outfield depth.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
And,
I've been enjoying, this pitching staff has me excited. Like, if you got Nola back to being Nola, Wheeler comes back, Sanchez, the Lizard, and Painter as your 5?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes. Yeah.
5 aces back.
Well, you know, I'm willing to trot out whoever they trot out for a month, or let's get it right with Wheeler. Let's do everything right to the last day and get him back. And yeah, I'm excited too. I really am. And, you know, everybody kind of blanches about the Phillies. You know, USA tried to put their best foot forward, and the number 2 and number 4 hitters in the lineup are Phillies. So, you know, that says, you know, we've got some, and that brings up something.
As long as the manager plays Bryce, I mean, it'd be all right.
Hey, the manager, yeah, he's not, you know, he's not the first time they let go of somebody in the major leagues this year. I don't think Mark DeRosa is going to get a call anytime soon. He is not holding his head with much dignity there. But you know, yeah, there's a little, you know, I'm pretty hopeful, and let's hope it plays out a little bit with the Phillies.
Yep, I am too.
What happened with Turner in the World Baseball Classic? He was great 4 years ago. I guess he got edged out.
Bobby Witt Jr. happened.
Yeah,
well,
I mean that kid's just out. He might be my favorite player in the league.
Hey, how about, I don't know if you saw a play. I saw it on the other end. It was Harper with a good pick and a attaboy to him. He like threw one from his knees from the outfield, Bobby Witt, like a seed on one bounce to Harper. Oof, man.
Yeah, kid, stud. Kid's a stud. Stud. Yeah. Absolute stud.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Let's down
go
to the
NFL.
NFL. This is the one I've been waiting for. Okay.
Oh, you want to save that for last?
No, we can do it. We can do it. All right. Our headline here is putting the moron in oxymoron. Okay.
Okay.
A buddy of mine brought this up. Went up to see my friends in the Northeast. My buddy Pat Fran brought this up, and he's right about it. People just brush over this term, legal tampering. Are you kidding me? Legal tampering? It's one of the all-time oxymorons. So I have a few other for you, boys. We have legal tampering. We have responsible cheating. We have sanctioned malfeasance. We have AOK PED. And then we have Swallow Your Whistle Wednesday.
That's fabulous. Fabulous.
How about legal negotiation or, you know, early free agent window or something? I mean, it's a crazy term, and it's a joke. You know, I mean, we all know it's a joke. I have no problem with the way it plays out, but you know, they got to gas the thing and say that free agency starts on noon on Monday. But boy, that window really paid off for the Ravens. I'll tell you that.
Dude, you're right. It's crazy when you think about it. Absolutely crazy. Crazy.
You know, I mean,
legal tampering it's such a great term. Let me ask you this while we're on the NFL, because this created a stir, and I'm dying for you to go here. Thanksgiving Eve NFL.
Wednesday night. There's many things. There's many things that my first thought goes to Anthony, and that was one of them. I mean, the term continuous gluttony comes to mind when it deals with the NFL. I mean, you know, my God, the NFL wants to have every day from Labor Day to St. Patrick's Day at this point, or is certainly to Valentine's Day. You're going to play a game every day. And I got a big kick. Somebody trotted out in regards to the Wednesday before Thanksgiving about what a run we would have. And they talked about the Wednesday game, the normal NFL slate. The Eagles played on Black Friday. They've already crossed that threshold. And then they talked about a full college slate on Saturday, a full NFL slate on Sunday, Monday Night Football. And then to get continuity, they snuck in a little Maction.
Yeah, Tuesday night Maction. I think it gives you 12 or 13 straight days of football.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. In the spirit of Thanksgiving and consumption. I love it.
Yeah, you might get a little Delaware, Middle Tennessee State action in between your NFL there,
I mean, Pat,
I know you love it. I know
we
you
go
love it.
right from the Reading Terminal, right? And we go right to watch some football.
Yes. Yes. All these years, one of my big nights was Wednesday before Thanksgiving. That was the local bar night. And everybody comes by and you get there about 4 or 5 and you go hard and then you get out because that's the time where a kid comes in that's 21 and you can't believe your eyes and you think, oh my God, I'm getting old. But that has been usurped because when one goes to the Reading Terminal to watch the PHLY show on Thanksgiving Day, the post-game activities say that you're not making it to the night activities.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. That's what I'm saying. We're in no condition to be watching a game.
No. That's train or Uber home and celebrate the holidays, right?
Yes.
And then we got
I'm with you, Pat. This guy's out of his mind.
Right.
He's an addict. This guy needs help. It's too much. It's never enough for him.
Yeah. There's never, it's like piling up that straw that broke the camel's back. I don't think they've invented a straw that could broke Gargano's back when it becomes the NFL.
I mean, what's not to
he
love?
Can't wait until they go to other continents so we get 24 hours of games on a Sunday.
Bring it out. Let's go, Korea.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah, I've about had it with the overseas ball too. You could have that.
I love it. I love it because then
you get a 9 a.m. game. I mean,
you got to go to London. You got to go to Europe.
Yeah.
Let's go.
The 9 a.m. game's not awful. I must admit that. The 9 a.m. game.
You love it.
Hold strong, Pat.
You
Hold
know what,
strong, Pat.
Sonny?
You're breaking.
You go to
I know. I'm cracking on you, BT.
4.
It's 9 a.m. on a Sunday.
Yeah, and then midnight will be like, Japan.
Let's go.
Midnight Japan.
Yeah, I'm okay for a 24-hour Sunday. It's the Wednesdays and the
Give me a Tuesday. Give me a Wednesday. Give me a Thursday. How about a little Friday night NFL? You're looking live.
Yep. I'm telling you what, there's going to be a lot of guys down with sprained pinkies if you keep trotting out this weird scheduling and stuff like that.
All right, finally, Eagles.
And, here's where we talked about it earlier. The headline there is "Tell Me When It Hurts." And, boy, the Davis thing just, it's the beauty of this kind of is you don't know when it's coming. I mean, we could hang up, you could sign off with VG, and before noon, the Eagles could have traded A.J. Brown. It's compelling stuff. And, Jordan Davis is a real lesson for guys out there. There's big money at the end if you do what you got to do to earn it. And, 18 months ago, we wouldn't have seen this kind of contract for him. But you need new emerging leaders, and that's the thing I love about Jordan Davis. He's clearly an emerging leader here. Is he an emerging leader enough to have some kind of sway about how Carter handles himself, God, that would be he would be worth half his money right there if he could somehow get Carter to realize.
Well, that's common. So that contract's coming. That's going to get done soon.
Okay. Well, they're making that decision, and guys can mature. And boy, if Philadelphia fans ever needed a guy to mature at the right time, it's Jalen Carter.
Yeah. So my take on it is, Pat, is that the deal has lots of outs. It'll be a big deal, but with lots of outs in the contract. I think Drew Rosenhaus wants Jalen Carter in Philadelphia. He knows that he's got Clint hurt, and he knows he's got Big Dom. And those two guys will help Jalen Carter kind of usher through him. And then, to your point, hopefully, that there's a little maturity there. But you got a support staff, and I think Drew Rosenhaus knows that, wants him here, and a deal gets done.
By the way, I saw somewhere a salute to Big Dom. He's getting inducted into a Pennsylvania Hall of Fame City All-Star chapter, which is something I've been at a lot because it was started by the Daily News. But they're trotting out, and there's a nice old George Washington High photo of Dom. So congratulations to him. It won't be the last Hall of Fame he gets into.
Oh yeah, he's the best. Yeah, he's the best.
But so you're hoping for the trade. I'm really happy with how many draft picks they have. Here's another thing I wanted to bring up on the Eagles, Anthony Vici, real quick. Eagles fans got to really hope that this 2025 draft class comes into its own this year. If that happens, I think the Eagles are going to be fine.
Yeah.
You talked with the EJ about Ty Robinson. That was a smart conversation. If you trot out Jalen, Davis, Ajomo, Robinson helps you, and, even then maybe occasionally put BG inside, you're real good at defensive tackle.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, I wish Campbell didn't have the shoulder injury, but they need him to jump into close to superstardom. They need Nakobe to be a 10-year safety. And, it could really use Robinson. And, maybe even Mac McWilliams is a guy that, starts to push down the road. What's everybody telling you about Woolen, Anthony?
So I like him a lot. They're excited because he fits Vic's scheme really well, right? Long press guy, right? He's a man guy all the way. Fits a much better fit with Vic's system. He's a kid that can get a little down on himself, confidence-wise. So he's got to fight through that. But they're excited. I think he has a good year.
Yeah, he's the potential to be good. One thing I hope Vic gets into him is he has the physical tools. He's going to have to stick his head in there. He's got a rep for being a really poor tackler, and Vic doesn't go for that. Just tackling alone, and Vic's emphasis on tackling and stuff like that. That alone has made the Eagles' defense better.
Yeah.
Then you go in with the talent and the scheme or whatever, but 3-4 years ago, it was maddening watching the Eagles tackle people.
I'm with you, brother. Listen, there's nothing better than the editor. Nothing better. We got hoops coming up, so you're going to be down the shore. Just to put a bow on this, you're doing your Thursday down the shore?
Absolutely. We will all be into our friend Jeff Sherry's house down there. And, we got a couple surprises planned down there. We'll eat good. We'll maybe have a Guinness or two, and we'll watch a lot of hoops. So we'll work something out or I'll pass or whatever. But
what are a couple surprises or two?
Oh, yeah. Well, we got to throw a surprise at Sherry here or there. Yeah.
All right.
Nothing untoward. We don't work blue. It's all about the basketball and the ears.
I love it, buddy. You're the
And
greatest.
you two would be welcome at any time. Yep.
You're the greatest,
Okay,
brother.
boys.
We love
All
you.
right. Take care. Enjoy your hoops this
See you, Pat.
weekend.
All right, let's take care of some business, and then we go to another beloved figure. We missed him last week. He was busy. Kevin Negandhi.
Yeah, he's got his own baseball cards now. We got to see what's going on. He's put them on Instagram. He's topped Kevin Negandhi cards, I think.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
They look great.
Beloved figure. My main man. But first, a word from our friends.
Looking for a car? Looking for a truck? Looking for an SUV? Elkin Chevrolet's got you. Elkin Chevrolet, they're run by three brothers. Real brothers, local guys. They're at the dealership every day making sure everything's going smooth. And right now, they're putting on a President's Day sales event, and the deals are bigger and better than ever. You need a truck? They've got it. Looking for an SUV? They got that too. They got your Silverados. They got the nice Blazers. They got the big, comfortable Suburbans and Tahoes. Every vehicle comes with the kind of service that makes you feel like you're part of the family, because they are a family. But don't wait. These President's Day deals are only there for a short time. Swing by Elkin Chevrolet, Route 73 South in Marlton, New Jersey. Super easy to get to right over the bridge, and get in on the deals that are just plain honking good. Elkin Chevrolet, they're real brothers, they're real deals, and they got a whole lot of honking good service. Together, let's drive.
Hey, it's because there's no reason to push through pain when you have this care, world-class care, accessible with Rothman Orthopedics, setting the standard in orthopedic treatment, and they've got recognition to prove it. Castle Connolly ranked them the #1 physician practice nationally for having the most top doctors in orthopedic care. That's experience and excellence you can trust. Ready to get checked out? Schedule your appointment today at rothmanortho.com/PHLY. If you want VIP access, the Fast Scheduler program helps you line up the appointment with the right specialist. And with Rothman Now, you can connect immediately with an orthopedic expert for real answers and next steps. At Rothman Orthopedics, it's simple. Your mobility is their mission. Visit rothmanortho.com/PHLY and get back to moving the way you're meant to. All right, welcome back. Bro came in. Bro, sometimes especially this time of the year, you got to do yourself a solid and check the weather. All right? You got to go Sue. Yeah. Check Sue Stereo or, AccuVinny or at least your iPhone.
Bust stop buddy, man.
Because here's the thing. The bro is wearing flip-flops today. And we're about, it started out when I took Anthony to the bus stop at 6:15 this morning, and it was, 65 degrees.
Yeah.
But we knew the temperature was about to plummet.
Yeah.
And when when the bro goes out later today, there's going to be a wintry mix.
Wintry mix expected to start at 10:30 today. He's got the flops on.
I mean, going out there, toes exposed. Not good.
No, Mickey Durkin. He is not wearing socks with them. They're just flops.
Just flops. He's wearing flops. A man who would never wear flops in March. A man who knows better. Our own beloved Kevin Negandhi.
Hometown hero. Hometown hero. Kevin Negandhi. From Temple to ESPN.
The mobile call-in line. Kev!
What's happening, guys? How we doing?
Miss you, buddy.
It's good to see you. It's good to see you guys.
You're right.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. It is what it is. I think everybody's panicking way too much. I think we're all miserable because we don't have any buzz about anything with Philadelphia sports, but it is what it is.
Let's go in order. But first,
please.
Family okay? Kids okay? My nephews, are they good?
Listen, I want to rave about my niece, your niece, okay, my daughter, all right? Because I always talk about my boys, all right? So I want you guys to understand what happened last week real quick. I'm going to humble brag on her, okay? She's 9 years old. She loves the stage. I don't know where she got it from. Her mother is also, used to do drama and theater and was an anchor and reporter as well, my wife, Monica. So she was getting ready for Mary Poppins. 4 months. They got ready for this show, 4 months. It's a 2-hour production of 9-year-olds featuring 65 kids. She was in only 2 scenes in the first act, 2 scenes in the second act, but she was so into it. She loved it and all that. All right, Thursday night is opening night. Mary Poppins, the star, gets sick, has the flu.
What? The
They throw my daughter in, and as Mary Poppins, she finds out 2 hours beforehand. And now this is where it gets interesting. This play features a bunch of songs. My daughter has to lip sync because they have a teacher backstage doing the lines and singing. And that's even harder for a 9-year-old. She knows the lines, but now she has to pause and wait for the teacher and when she's going to do it, lip sync it and all this stuff. So she does opening night, saves the entire play, 2 hours long, right?
She's Nick Foles.
Yes, Nick Foles. So Friday comes along and I tell my daughter, I said, listen, the main star is coming back. But keep in mind, she's probably going to be working on adrenaline. Be ready. You never know. And my daughter's like, got it, Dad. Got it, Dad. At the end of Act 1, the freaking girl leaves to throw up. And they throw my daughter back into the mix again on Friday night. She crushes it.
Wow.
Yes.
Wait. It's so crazy that the teachers at this school, to save this play, were this close to reaching out to every school in the state, every 4th grade that was running Mary Poppins, to bring another girl in because it's such a hard thing to do, right? And to save the play. Saturday comes, the turnaround from night, and they told my daughter, be on standby. My daughter crash courses, learns every single line, and then Saturday at noon does the whole play off the top, no lip syncing, sings and everything, and saves Mary Poppins.
My God. Oh my God.
Yo, like, I'm not kidding. The whole 65 kids, 9 years old. It's 2 hours long because I was like, oh my God, this is a 2-hour play. What are we doing? The whole gym is packed. Mothers are crying everywhere because they know what she's doing and what she's up to. And I just sat there and I was like, holy crap. My daughter was like, the only way I could make my 2 boys understand, I said, all right, just understand this. You're in a championship game in Little League. You didn't pitch all season, and they're throwing you to win this game. And it's the 6th inning, and it's tied. And you've got to win this game. And at that point, the light bulb went on. They were like, oh my God. I said, yeah, that's what your sister did. So shut the hell up and go give her flowers.
Yes.
And let's just celebrate her. So I'm really, really proud of her, man.
What a great story.
That's beautiful. Dude, you got to be strutting around the school like, yeah, that's my daughter. That's right. She just saved you.
I'm in awe. Yeah, VG, and so many people came up and like, oh, apple doesn't fall far from the tree, the bright lights. And I got to tell you, like, at one point I was like, it's not me, it's my wife. She's on stage. She understands this stuff. And then at one point my wife's like, it's not you or me, man. That girl is special. And I'm like, yeah, that girl is damn special. It's hard to describe VG because, like, again, for perspective, it's a town in Connecticut. No one cares about it outside this bubble. But for a 9-year-old, it is her world.
Yes.
And I told her, I said, for the rest of your life, you're going to look back, and this is going to be like one of those moments. Like, I'll share real quick, too. I was in a local production when I was 4 years old, and it was Caps for Sale. I don't know if you guys remember that book. And I was on the main stage. I was the lead and all that stuff in this local theater. And then the next year, the kid that was supposed to play the lead got sick, and I was 5, and they're like, we need you right now. And I just basically stepped on the, on the front stage and ran it. And, I was in the newspaper and all. I was 5 years old.
Right.
And I never forgot that, how to handle a situation. And I told my wife, I was like, for the rest of her life, we could always point to this. Whenever you feel like you're overwhelmed, understand that you already
Yes.
handled that. And that's the big
Yes.
picture of it all, right? So
Oh,
really
what a
proud.
great
So
story.
now do you say, oh, natural talent, we got to get some acting lessons going and stuff?
So I will tell you 3 months ago, we actually met with an agent.
Yeah.
It's just so taxing. Like being a child actor, like they wanted guarantees that we would be at auditions in New York every
Yeah.
weekend. You're basically giving your life to
Yeah.
your child.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, we don't want to sacrifice our daughter's childhood.
No.
So at one point, like the agent was like, I represent, this. And then there was like a talent manager that jumped in. They were like, well, and she was kind of like trying to big time us. And I was like, listen, I have an agent. I know how this plays out, right? And she's like, well, I just want to explain all this stuff to you. And I've got 9 clients and I do this and I see so many. And I was like, okay. I said, can we just do a Zoom with my daughter and let her get comfortable with you? Literally 5 minutes into the Zoom, the broadcast, the talent manager was like, I want to represent her. And I was like, time out. Let's just see what happens. So
Yeah.
we are being smart about it because that life is not easy on a child, and we want her to have a childhood. We want her brothers to still make fun of her and for her to punch her brothers in the face. We want that,
Yes. Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That world, and thank God that it's you guys, because that world eats up children, and the parents become complicit because there's, obviously great revenue that comes from it and everything else.
yes, yeah.
And, it's also a world wrought with danger. And,
Yes,
like
yes.
you got to be
And you
really vigilant.
Yeah.
you sacrifice a lot of things, and we will sacrifice when it's important. We don't want to sacrifice her childhood.
No, innocence.
Just don't.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm with you,
No.
brother. That's why, thank God that you guys, you're amazing. As much as I love you and as talented as you are, your greatest gift is being dad.
I appreciate you, brother. You know what it is. You know.
Yep,
You understand.
that's our greatest job. It
Yep,
is.
that's
how you
all.
make this world churn.
That's our legacy.
Amen, brother. Amen. I love that story. Beautiful. Just beautiful. All right, so let's get to Bears. I'll lay it out for you, and then I want your reaction. This is what I'm hearing. This is kind of what it looks like. So defensively, they're gonna re-sign extend Carter. They're going to try to get an edge. I mean, I know Howie's trying to pull a magic out with Crosby, but that may not happen. It may be Jonathan Grenard, who I like a lot from Minnesota, right? You got Reek. I like Reek as a long corner, as a press. He fits better in Vic's system. Maybe Brisker at safety. That would be your defense. Would you like the way that defense is shaping up?
If Grenard is on the team, shoot, if Crosby's on the team, I think it makes that secondary so much better in so many ways. I love the idea of Brisker. He's kind of built the same way as Reed. And if you can get him at the right price, Woolen's interesting because Woolen's got crazy talent, like you said. There's a reason why Seattle let him walk. Woolen plays a lot like CJ, right? He's got an edge to him, and that edge helps him, and that edge also can blow up in his face.
Yes.
So it will be, and you already talk about a team that has a ton of emotion, and sometimes a head coach that can't regulate that. So I will say this, that with him being with the Vic Fangio group, and I'll add one other thing that's a small thing. They get Woolen at a, hey, prove yourself price. 1-year contract. You didn't get what you wanted. Prove yourself. Right? So you've got to understand that to succeed, my play on the field, but also my yapping has to be controlled more than anything else. He almost lost that Seahawks game against the Rams in the NFC Championship. Literally almost lost. They gave him so many opportunities. But I like it, and I know everything that Howie's doing. I completely agree with. And to be honest with you, right now the Raiders are emotional. The Raiders are spurned, so they're going to ask for as much as they can get right now to save face. But this could be with Max Crosby a summer trade. Could be after June 1st for a lot of reasons. A lot of reasons. Right? But I also think there's going to be like a wait and see. And let's wait and see. Let's wait and see the rehab. Let's wait and see the Raiders blink, if they're going to blink, because I don't think the Raiders can go into the season with him on the team. I just don't think how that's possible, considering the things that he wants and where the Raiders are right now at this stage in their rebuild, right? So somebody's going to come knocking. It could be the Cowboys. If the Cowboys don't get somebody, it could be a team like the Bears who are just patiently waiting, and it could be a team that's. I originally thought it was the Bills, but then the Bills go with Chubb yesterday. So there are a lot of things at stake here. I will hammer home one other thing though to this entire audience. If Howie feels like this guy can be the difference maker, he will go after the guy no matter what the price tag is. Let's not forget what the offer was for Myles Garrett. Let's not forget. And he wanted Myles Garrett.
Yep.
So keep that in mind. They're going to wait and see. I'm okay with what they're doing right now. They got to figure out tight end, though. They got to get this.
So
they
push this is
out.
interesting. You'll like this. They pushed back the window with Goddard.
To Friday, right?
Right. So
yeah,
pushing that back, you lose the compensatory picks. So there's more, and then you have the dead cap hit. So there's more of a reason to work that out. I like bringing him back, and then Johnny Munt, like you got the a rockin' sock'em blocker, right?
Which is nice.
You know,
they needed to announce Munt the same time they announced Calcaterra, because we were all like, "What? Why?"
Yeah, I know.
So it's good they got a physical tight end.
Yeah.
Listen, I like Dallas, and Dallas was literally a very. He was a very good story last year in an offense that did not have a lot of good stories. He's probably the best story in that offense last year, considering all the downhill numbers from everybody across the board. His body is beat up, man. It has been wearing down, and I'm very curious to see how Mannion uses him. When I heard about Njoku, I was like, okay, I like Njoku. I like the idea of Njoku, but understand that Mannion's offense, what it looked like, especially in Green Bay, Kraft played such a critical role. And I actually think the Packers didn't take that next step because Kraft suffered that ACL injury, because he was the main target for Jordan Love. So they've got to get a guy that can catch the ball consistently and spread the field. They have to. Now, that forces your quarterback to throw the ball in between the hashes, 20 yards downfield.
Well, that's the whole thing.
Do you guys like Goddard better than Njoku?
I like Njoku.
You like Njoku?
Better. Yes.
I mean, Jalen's got a connection with Goddard, so that helps.
He does. And that trust. Listen, a relationship with a quarterback and a tight end is critical if you look at the history of successful quarterbacks, because they always know no matter what, I can find him. I can find that guy. If you see a lot of success from a quarterback, it's because they have a tight end that they could trust no matter what. Like literally, Foles trusted Ertz. Ertz is one of those underlying stories in that Super Bowl, saving that team, because Foles knew where Ertz was no matter what. That fourth down play, still don't understand it. Still can't believe it. Still blown away by it, because he knew where he was. And before that, Carson, where's Ertz? That's my safety, right? It's my safety valve. It's nice to see that Hurts has that relationship, because you need a quarterback that's going to take advantage of the tight end in the matchups.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I think they're kind of negligible. I think they're both. I look at them kind of the same. There's Bowers and Warren, right? Kittle.
Yeah.
I think there's an A group, and then I think there's a B group, and I think those guys are in the B group.
Oh, that completely fair. I'm going with Njoku for one reason only: where he is physically compared to where Goddard is physically. That's where I'm going.
Yeah.
More than anything else.
Yeah.
Right? Goddard can catch. I don't think anybody's doubting that. But Goddard's usually 6 yards, fall down. 8 yards, fall down, right? maybe 15 yards, and then break a tackle, fall down. And Joku, you can get 20-yard plays down the field and stretching it, the threat of stretching it, right? Or maybe we see how this plays out with, a guy like Sadiq. Like maybe they find a way. I don't know.
I mean, I love Kenyon. Like, that was that's not happening though. That's not happening. I'll tell you what could happen.
Surprised before. Jalen Carter surprised us, right?
I know.
Jalen Carter fell into our lap.
I know. I don't say it. I don't. I love Sadiq, man. He's such a weapon. How do you feel about AJ?
June 1st. I think June 1st is kind of a, hey, we'll see where we're at June 1st. It'll help both sides. That's kind of where I'm at with this whole thing. I think it helps to see like the Bills getting DJ Moore. It helps to see like a handful of teams just say, hey, we're going to get somebody else. Patriots cannot go into the season. They can't with a rookie, maybe first round pick at wide receiver and Romeo Doubs. They need to help that quarterback out. Like it.
Exactly. What about Baltimore? Baltimore's got nothing.
Baltimore's another thing. It'll be interesting if the Eagles do any deals with Baltimore down the road, considering the Jair Alexander DaCosta situation and how that played out. Howie didn't say anything. Howie didn't like request a pick back. But there was some stuff where you're like, is this a trend here? Like, are we doing stuff in good faith here? So you're right. Baltimore would make sense. The Chargers would make sense. So I would say this feels like June 1st, and we'll see like who gets what they want in April. Or it could be day of the draft, and you're like, hey, it's not working. We're not going to get our guy. Let's find a way to do what we got to do and get somebody for an organization that's trying to save face.
Yep, I'm with you.
And I'm not talking about the Eagles. I'm talking about an organization like the Patriots, the Chargers, who need to find somebody to stretch the field, or even the Ravens as they assemble this stuff.
Love it. I'm completely with you. All right. In the coming weeks, we will talk draft. So I know Baldy and I did a 6-hour grind on receivers. So
where can I find that? Where can I find that? Can I find that anywhere?
We have I just went it was the other day before we went to the NFL Network. We didn't post it. I mean, we're going to do a little something, but it was more doing my homework.
I love that, man.
Two of us, you would have loved it. We're two of us, meat,
I would have geeked out.
Coffee, and then I've got Howie on the phone.
Hey, listen, he won't be around, but good Lord, I love Jordan Tyson.
Love him.
Arizona State.
I know.
His film just pops. And when he's healthy, complete freak show. Oh man,
he's so good.
So
Cooper.
Good. That's interesting.
Cooper.
He's got. He kind of reminds me a little bit of Devontae, where he will catch the ball no matter where he's at, no matter how tight the space is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, what's the one guy, and then we'll move on because I got to get Phillies with you. But the one guy that popped everywhere was Brazel, and he's so good.
He's very good. Hey, and you know what? That plays a role, man.
I know.
That plays. I mean, look, for example, right? James Pierce. If James Pierce was here, right? James Pierce would have been a top 10 pick last year.
Yes.
Defensive end from Tennessee.
Yeah,
and
you're
the Falcons shot themselves in the foot and moved up to take him, and they got a phenomenal year from him. And then we saw what happened with his ex-girlfriend, and like, holy cow. Like, you've got to keep all that in mind, man.
Nah,
keep that in mind.
You're so right. So right. All right. Forza Italia. Aaron Nola. Kevin, look at Nola last night. 5 aces. We're close.
Aces. Hey, I just wanted him to give us 5 innings. And he was fantastic. I was telling everybody, I was like, hey man, I was doing a little league draft last night with like 12 guys. And we had the game up, and I was like, donuts everywhere. I said, it's the 1 inning, man. Just get us through that 1 inning. That's all I care about. Like, it's the 1 inning. And he was great, man. Like, he was great. It gives us hope, right? It gives us hope.
I mean, the velo. I mean, VG and I were talking about it earlier. I mean, the whole idea is to get over 94. You give me 94 plus.
Yep.
That's the perfect threshold for him.
Yes, he looked like a bona fide ace last night. I don't want to put that on his shoulders because we already got an ace in Sanchez. But man, if he could find his way as number 3, man, that would be really nice. Man.
I mean, even if at 4, and think about it, right? Wheeler comes back because I think Wheeler's coming back, and I think Wheeler's going to be fine, right?
I think so.
I'm going to have that mentality.
I agree.
You mentioned Sanchez. I love the lizard. I'm a lizard guy. You know that. I love his stuff.
I love this.
Right?
Yes. I'm 100% with you.
And then you got Painter, who's looked good. I know people want more strikeouts, but
I'm not worried about
I want more command of a fastball. That's all.
Dude, it's early spring, and the kid hasn't been barreled up.
I understand.
They don't barrel him up.
Let Painter come when he's ready. The good thing is that the whole organization is not based around him. He's got 3 dudes in front of him. Let him come at his own pace. And if he's right by the summertime, as he figures it out in the spring, I will be so happy. Like, big picture, this guy's the face of the franchise in 2 to 3 years. Let him figure it out now. Let's take the bumps. Let's just find a way. And they're surrounding him with like just smart baseball people, right? I'm okay with anything Andrew Painter does this year. I really am. I don't want to put any pressure on that young man. I really don't.
Yeah. I mean, it's perfect.
He's a 5. He's sliding in his 5. There's no pressure. I just want to see him command his fastball a little better. Other than that, he's been great.
Yeah, it's also we haven't even hit St. Patrick's Day, VG.
Exactly. You got to relax. All right. Where we don't relax.
What are you upset about the Flyers?
No, I know where he's going.
Choice. This is your Sophie's choice. You got A, make the playoffs, playing game, whatever you want to call, right? B, take the 9% chance at a ping pong ball to keep the pick. Where you going?
Ping pong ball.
Yes. We're back at it. This is what we know. This is what we're good at.
I agree with you.
I can't do it anymore. I can't. I love that. I love the Sixers. So, I mean, shit. I could pick any freaking uniform and it's this one. Like, and this is the one I have behind me. I think they're cursed. Like,
I said the same thing. They're cursed. They are complete. I know they're cursed. Kevin, it's real.
I don't. I have fought the good fight. I have. Okay, but it's because of this. Okay, because of this. Okay, because of that. How many things can this and now like just I've said that I said this last year, put Tyrese in bubble wrap and protect him. Now I'm like, put VJ in bubble wrap and protect him. I just
give me some campaign the rest of the year.
I can't.
Man, you're broken. They've broken you, Kev.
They really have.
Dude, they are horrible.
They really are.
See this lineup they come out with tonight. No Oubre even.
No Oubre. Oubre could go to Oubre.
One thing stays consistent. Hey, VG, one thing stays consistent. Good or bad, he's still in the same spot with Oubre.
yeah, always.
And by the way, the Eel was talking about how, I was going to get Kawhi Leonard. Like, hey, by the way, Daryl, that wouldn't have been a great idea to go all in again on another older, enigmatic player. How many times are you going to learn that that's not the case. But he thought it was a good idea because everybody's upset about Jarrett McCain, who, by the way, was on the floor at the end of the game in a win against Denver. Kawhi Leonard. That was his answer.
I was wrong. I'll admit that. I thought it was a decision where the kid wasn't going to get any minutes. It didn't seem like he fit in Nick Nurse's system. I was wrong.
Nick Nurse. Don't get me started with that clown.
I was wrong. They have beaten me up, and I got nothing. I got nothing on this whole thing. When I heard Tyrese was hurt, a piece of me was just like, just save his body. He's taken he has had the mileage and the minutes that they have had on this young man in games that you're just like, what are we doing? I actually have to talk my 13-year-old off the ledge every night because he is. I love
you're
his
in
passion.
Celtics country where Tatum comes back. Like, that's a town that understands basketball. And it kills me to say it.
He has to hear from all his buddies all the time about the Celtics. For that team to be as competitive and as good as they are, it's a culture. And as good as they are before Tatum came back, and then you come back and you're like, holy cow, like what?
I know.
Take the ping pong balls. That's
I know.
the best thing I could say. And to be honest with you, I actually thought we were going to still stay on the Phillies, and I wanted to get your thoughts, boys, about Bryce Harper.
What about him?
You're treading on some sensitive area here.
I got some concerns, and I will stick up for
smart
him.
Man, you're a smart man. That's why.
And I will stick up for him. I got some concerns. I got a little
about getting around on a fastball.
Oh, stop! Are you nuts?
Listen, I will say this will be a critical first half of the season for Bryce. I'm going to say that this is a critical first half for where he is mentally, where he is physically, where this team is, and how they go about their business. I think it'll be really, really a challenging thing if it's a slow start for Topper to figure some stuff out. Just because you want to make sure you have Bryce right here. And
well, how about you freaking protect the kid?
Fair. But in the World Baseball Classic, he's got protection.
That's 2 games. He sacked the 1 game. He was 2 games.
Fair. I'm not bashing Bryce.
He had a single in the 2nd game.
And I am not bashing Bryce. I
know you're
basically
not.
saying
You know what it is? I got to
I'm
deal
concerned.
with this dude. All right?
I love Bryce. I'm just
he's
objective criticism.
Leave Bryce alone, VG.
I just want to make sure he's right here. I really do.
He's
great. All this the raw milk. Everything's going wrong since he started doing this raw milk.
Jinxing him.
He jigs himself with the raw milk. The TikToks.
Leave him alone. He's fine. My God. I have to deal with this all the day. It's this Bryce. Like, relax. Like, hey, Schwarber hitting 58 bombs.
Mm-hmm.
Bryce had something to do with that because they're still afraid to pitch to him.
We'll see. All right, so maybe he bets second, but he won't because he doesn't like betting second.
Right away.
He doesn't like betting second. He still thinks he's a 3-hole hitter. Maybe he's not a 3-hole hitter anymore.
I won't have it. Kevin, I love you.
Fellas, you're the best. Great to see you guys.
Tell me when to call you. Text me. All right?
Oh, yeah. I owe you. Well, I'll text you right now.
Okay.
Thank you,
love
fellas.
You, brother. Yo.
Love you guys.
Give my niece the biggest hug.
I will.
All right?
I will. Yes.
My man.
She's the best. See you guys.
Proud of that family.
Thank you, guys.
Family. See you, brother. All right. Let's take a quick TO.
Can I just say, Fit Dad just checking in. Harper's overrated. I'm sick of the coddling. I am not on that same page. I'm just saying what the people are saying.
I love you, Fit Dad. But my God. Et tu, Brute. That's all I'll say to you, Fit Dad. Supposed to be my boy. My God. Coming up, thank God I got somebody that knows baseball. The great Corey Seidman is coming up next. Thank God I can have a real baseball conversation.
Pasteurized milk. See, though, he needs to go back to pasteurized milk.
Every day you got to tweak me. Every day. Let's take care of some business. Let's talk about the BetPark Sportsbook Online Casino app. Madness has begun. The big boy conference is involved all day today. Wall-to-wall hoops. I'm getting out early today, and I'm just going to go home. I got work to do from home, and I'm just going to watch basketball the whole day.
Love it.
All right? All day long. Hoop, 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 hoop. Hoop, 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 hoop.
Yes,
hoop.
starts at 11.
And on the BetParks app, you're going to have a lot of fun with it. All right? All day, madness, rest of the weekend, all into leading up to the next of the first round on Thursday, Friday, the greatest days of sports. Make sure you're with the BetPark Sportsbook Online Casino app, where there's always another way to win, and the great casino games. And right now, new customers get 250 spins with a new Leprechaun game.
Love it. I love the Leprechaun game. Leprechaun Gold, is it?
Yes, you have it. You're right there. You're
playing it earlier.
Plus, you get up to a $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down the first 24 hours. BetParks.com has all the details. Download it today. You got to be 21 in PA, New Jersey, Maryland, Michigan. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Look, do you want Jalen Carter out catching passes? No. All right? Come on now. Not worth the risk, the time, the money. Keep your stars focused on doing what they do best. Same goes for your business. You don't want your top people buried in operations, tedious, time-consuming, redundant activities that wear them down. Togo can help any business look to reduce operating costs, from customer service and accounting to order management, logistics, admin, data entry, even complex multi-step operational processes. We take it off your plate. Every Togo program includes dedicated staff, custom automations, US-based process engineers who act as your quarterback, giving you complete control, total transparency, and instant efficiency. At Togo, they turn your playbook into performance. You call the plays, we execute. HarnessTogo.com. Scale smarter, work faster, stay focused on winning. All right, now, without further ado, on the Xfinity mobile call-in line, our man, the great Corey Seidman. Core! Dude, oh, you're on mute.
Sorry about that, Anthony. I'm surprised that you're here. I thought you might have caught a last-second flight to Houston to see your boys last night. You must be beside yourself right now, huh?
Dude, I love it. I love it. Pasquatch. All right.
Oh, my God. What a game he had last night. And, of course, Nola, I heard you guys talking about him. What a standout he was last night. Pretty cool for a guy like that to almost become like the main character of baseball for a night, huh?
I know. It was great. And by the way, I don't think people realize they have two really good young power hitters. Pasquantino is really, really good. And so's Caglione. Like, they're two young power hitters. They're legitimate.
Yeah. I mean, the Royals are very excited about their futures. But, I mean, to me, though, what stood out last night was that Nola set the tone. You know, just putting so few guys on base and just making that, kind of like taking Mexico out of it right from the jump. And then obviously Vinnie Pasquantino with the 3 home run game. Nola was talking a little bit about him post-game to reporters, saying that it really does bring a clubhouse together. To me, that's the most exciting and fun part about the WBC, is that you have like these stars who aren't used to playing with each other in the same room, becoming friends, learning about each other. You see the different vibes of different countries. Like that Dominican Republic versus Venezuela game last night was electric. I mean, this has been, in my opinion, this has been the most interesting, exciting, entertaining World Baseball Classic. Maybe it's because I'm paying more attention to it than ever before, but it's really stood out this week.
I love it. I can't get enough of it. I watch it every night. Love it. I freaking love it. It's so much fun. But hey, listen, the truth of the matter is, and you're right, Nola on that stage looking like he did, throwing 94 and change, that's huge for the Phillies. If you could come back with Aaron Nola of 2 years ago, back to himself, and, Wheeler comes back, and Sanchez, and the Lizard, and Painter. I mean, that's a great rotation with a very good bullpen behind it.
Yeah, I mean, 2 years ago, like people think about Aaron Nola's heyday, like 2018 Cy Young, third place, and there were years where he had low threes ERAs. But really, what the Phillies just need is 2024. What he did for them in 2024, when he had a 3.57 ERA, he made 20 quality starts out of 32. If that's what he does for the Phillies, they're going to be in a really good position this year because they expect to build a lot of early leads and protect them with a strong bullpen. Nola might be the number 4 starter, especially when Zach Wheeler gets back. You start to think about like how a playoff rotation, that's obviously far down the road, but you have 3 studs in front of him in Wheeler, Sanchez, and Luzardo. So he becomes less crucial. He doesn't need to be the 1A. He just needs to be an innings eater. And really what we've seen so far early in camp, to me, is pretty encouraging. I would caution that it doesn't necessarily mean that Nola is going to be throwing 94 or 95 in his first start in Philadelphia, because it might be 40 degrees, right? Like his first spring start was in Clearwater. The start last night was in a domed stadium in Houston. So he's a hot weather guy. His velocity certainly has not translated to cold weather over the years, save for October. So
yeah, but that's not uncommon. Like, early
not
season in the cold, you're not loose. It's just not, I've seen it with tons of pitchers, man,
Yeah, but I mean, look, last year in Nola's first regular season start, he threw as many pitches 88 to 90 miles per hour as he did 92 and above. So he's a far ways from that. They can't have him at 88 to 90 like he was early last season. 93, 94, it's not huge velocity in today's day and age, but it lets Nola get away with a lot more. And so, yeah, 2 really encouraging starts from him these last 2.
Dude, I'm so with you. I got to get to this because it's on my nerves because of the guy next to me. There is all kinds of Bryce slander going on. All right? Please tell these people to just relax with Harper. Please, I'm begging you. You don't have any Harper concerns, worries, do you?
Well, he hasn't. It's not like every spring for Bryce Harper as a Philly has been huge. I mean, I wrote this early in camp that like Harper and Schwarber specifically have struggled a couple times in spring training, and it has not translated at all to the regular season. It's probably stood out to people because Schwarber's had such a big WBC so far, and like Aaron Judge has been lighting it up, and Bobby Witt Jr. is making a lot of plays, and Harper's 3 for 15 with 5 Ks. And he was not in the lineup for the USA in Game 4. They started Paul Goldschmidt, but fully expect Harper to be back in the lineup for this quarterfinal. It looks like Michael Soroka is going to pitch for Canada. Harper's had a lot of success against him. I think he's 4 for 10 in his career, so that could be a bounce back game. Look, if we're at the end of camp and Harper has a long slump in the WBC and comes back to camp, doesn't hit the final couple days, maybe the alarm bells will ring a little bit more. But with so many of these veterans, it's like until you get to the regular season, I'm taking everything with a grain of salt.
Well, that's the point. I mean, the point is, listen, if we're in May and he's scuffling, all right, well then, we could have a serious conversation. But I can't have these ridiculous conversations in spring training. I can't do it. As you have, I've covered baseball, right? I've covered spring trainings. I've seen great players just not care in the spring. You just get work in. You're not grinding it back. You grinded it back differently in the regular season than you do in the spring. It's always been that way.
Absolutely. And like, to me, it's more about like the signs, like the process. It's not about the results. Like I'm not looking at, okay, the Phillies rotation has an X.XX ERA in spring training. I'm looking at like the signs, like Nola's velocity or Andrew Painter's command, or like if Bryce Harper was swinging out of his shoes and not showing selectivity and was looking frustrated at the plate, that would be one thing. But results to me in this time of year don't mean a ton. It's great when you get them to build some confidence, but I don't think that necessarily means that Bryce Harper's going to go 0 for 12 in the opening weekend against the Rangers.
Go ahead, Harper hater.
Nobody's talking about spring training. They're talking about the last couple seasons. Looks like he's slowing down a little bit against the fastball. That's all. No one's saying it's based on.
So Bryce Harper can't hit a fastball.
I mean,
because
I'm not saying he can't.
I saw so many.
I'm not saying he can't.
I saw so many pitches he got to hit last year.
I mean, I see a guy who used to have a barrel percentage of 15, 18, and now he's down like 12. I don't know.
I mean, last year was undoubtedly a down season for Harper. I mean, it was his lowest OPS in a decade, lowest since 2016. But he was still 30% better than league average, and I think that everybody expects that he's going to be better than last year, at least as good as last year, if not better. And that was still a very productive player. So, I mean, if we're at midseason and he's hitting 257 again, with like a 350 OBP, which is far below his standard, it's something to worry about. But right now, that would be far down the list of my concerns.
Yeah, and again, the issue last year, you actually watch and pay attention to it, is what he got to hit, because I didn't see a lot of great stuff in the zone for him to hit.
Time will tell. Hey, let
He
me
did
ask
see
this,
the
Corey. They had
fewest pitches. Yeah, sorry, go.
MLB.
No, let me finish.
I was just going to say that he did see the fewest pitches in the strike zone of anybody in baseball last season. Some of that was his own doing because he was going outside the zone.
Shoes.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of that was just
a hit. I'm a hitter. I'm going to chase sometimes because I'm a prideful competitor. Right. I'm a competitor.
Maybe.
And I'm going to want to swing. I'm not going to sit there and just look.
Well, maybe he get better pitches if he had a little bit of patience.
Nobody's going to give him stuff down the middle of the zone. You're going to go up first pitch hacking. That's what your mentality should be.
And that is a focus of his. I mean, he wants to let the game come to him more again this season as he did earlier in his career and for most of his career until last season. But it's just tough, like the human nature of it, the psychology of it. If you're in the moment and the guy behind you is 3 for his last 27 without any power, you're going to try to do a little too much at times. It happens to the most experienced players.
I wanted to ask you,
Thank you, Corey.
ESPN ranked him 46. Do you think that's about right?
46
of the top players of baseball, top 100.
No. I mean, I would probably still have. I would assume some of that is because like first basemen get dinged because of like the positional value of. But I would still probably have Bryce Harper like 17th or so. I mean,
top 20.
Not that this is like the be all end all, but I know he's going to go top 15 in my fantasy draft next week. I still think that's where he's viewed kind of league wide. So.
All right. What else? What else have you? Story of the spring. All right.
I'll tell you what. I was going to say Dante Nori for Italy has been really impressive.
Dude, he looks good. He laid that nice butt down. He hit the bomb. Listen, he's on base.
Yeah, he's been Italy's best hitter so far in the World Baseball Classic, which is hilarious because he has like the least big league. He has the least experience of anybody on the roster, pretty much. He was, the game one where he hit 2 homers. He was the only guy in Italy's lineup who had not played in the majors yet. Nori's only played a handful of games above AA, so expect him to start the season at AA Reading, and he might be able to hit his way up to AAA, Phillies' first-round pick in 2024. But he's looked really good, and this has to be a confidence-building week for him because he's doing this against stud players. Like the Mexico team he faced, there's a lot of big leaguers on that team, faced the USA, and they beat them. And that was a huge bunt he laid down last night because it enabled Italy to extend its lead from 2 runs to 3 runs, and they broke the game open in that inning. So this is a pretty big development. I know it's only a week's worth of games. It's a very small sample size, but Dante Nori might be able to take the confidence that he generates this week and run with it. He hit last year at AA. He hit in the Arizona Fall League. He's hit this spring, so pretty exciting sign. And then, I mean, look, the Jesus Luzardo contract this week obviously it dominated the headlines. I think everybody's glad to get that out of the way because that could have lingered. That could have been a storyline that lingered over the entire season. Every good start, every bad start, it would be, hey, Jesus, are you thinking about, is the contract on your mind? And now you avoid all of that.
Yeah, I listen, I thought Dombrowski was a great, to get ahead of that, I mean, to get that kind of kid with that kind of stuff, in his prime now, I lock him up. I love it. I love their pitching, man. What excites me at the Phillies again is they have a top rotation in baseball, top 3, and you got a really good bullpen behind it. And no matter what happens, with the lineup, they're going to be in all their games,
Yeah, and so one of the points Dave Dombrowski made in that press conference the other day was that he's always looked at it like when you have the starting pitching edge, it gives you an advantage every night. And I mean, that's kind of how I've always looked at it too. Like if you have this season, almost every time that Wheeler, Sanchez, and Luzardo go out there, the Phillies are going to be favored to win the game. The only time they're not is going to be when they're facing the Dodgers or they're on the road against a good team, or maybe if they're facing like Garrett Crochet or something like that. But like 3 out of every 5 nights, they're going to be favored. If Aaron Nola reverts to his form, that gives you another guy who can lock you down for 6 innings. And then Andrew Painter's like the big X factor. Is he going to be someone who you can rely on every 5th day, or is it going to be kind of like a bumpy ride? Either way, I think the Phillies will be fine. It's just, there's a lot of variance in this season based on those rookies, Andrew Painter, Justin Crawford. You don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah, I'm with you. Oh, man,
Just Corey, the Dante Nori, do you think because he's not really a power guy? He had 4 home runs all of last year, I think. Do you think he's changed his approach, or is it just a fluke, the 2 home runs in the World Baseball Classic?
Well, I mean, the 2 home runs, I believe that was the game against Brazil, and Brazil is a very overmatched team in this pool against like USA and Mexico and Italy. At least the first home run was like a fastball right down the middle where he hit the left center, but it just shows you he can hit mistakes. Like you have to be able to pound mistakes, and we already know that he has the plate selection, and he looks like he's a solid defensive outfielder. So, I mean, you think about how difficult it's been for the Phillies to find any outfilders, whether they're homegrown outfielders or veteran outfielders. Well, they might have a really good one on their hands in Dante Nori, who's only 21 years old.
Well, and that he just nailed the 221. Yeah, like those 2 home runs were Brazil. It's because you're getting cookies, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you can't judge a kid of what he's going to be power wise. Nah, he doesn't profile.
I think his power rank is like 40.
Right, like he doesn't profile to be a 25 home run a year guy, but he's a kid that will probably chip in some power once you get bigger and stronger.
Yeah, and he's on the shorter side, but there are a lot of guys who've been able to generate power based on like their torque. You know, like Jose Altuve is a little guy, and he hits 20, and Dustin Pedroia all those years ago. So you do see it. I don't think that's going to be like the main facet of his game, but it's certainly good to see that he has it in his arsenal.
Yeah, Corey, you're the best, man. I look forward to our conversation. I love it. You like Italy against Puerto Rico? They have a shot.
That's gonna be a tough one. Italy's they're riding so much momentum right now. The thing is, though, is that you figure that start is going to be made by that kid Sam Aldegheri, the former Phillies prospect who was traded for Carlos Estevez, and that might be a tall task for him because Puerto Rico they're a pretty good team too. So but you know what? Italy's been the story of the tournament to me so far because like who expected this? And it's cool when a new player emerges.
Yeah, it is. It's awesome. It really is. And by the way, espresso machine in the dugout and the Armani jacket. You can't beat it.
That. They got to do more stuff like that on Team USA. All these other teams have like, the little wrinkles.
Yeah.
I don't know. We got to figure something out for the
We're a little too travel ball kind of feel to it.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, I had a good time too, Anthony. I'm really looking forward to it. Season starts in what, 2 weeks? 2 weeks from today, right?
Let's do it, baby.
Incredible. Can't
Looking
wait.
forward to it, man. You're the best. Thanks, pal.
All right, fellas. You have a good day.
Corey Seidman.
The show starts the day before opening day, right? Their show, him and Bro?
Correct.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be on Wednesdays.
Nice.
Yeah, looking forward to it. It's fun. I'm baseball. I can't wait.
Yeah.
We're finally getting my sports back. If you noticed, I've been in a better mood this week.
You have been in a good mood this week.
It's more because now we got more sports back.
Okay.
Like it was tough. Post Super Bowl, no football, right? They had the All-Star breaks going on, the NHL Olympic break, and then the Sixers period, right? So, but now we got a little madness going on, football stuff heating up.
I like this Anthony.
Like that.
Yeah, this Anthony's the fun, nice Anthony.
Yeah, I don't like that Anthony either. I don't like it. Let's take a quick TO and come back and run through some of our stuff, including the grind. I know you're working on the nice weather. It's back. Spring is here. You know what that means. Rita's is back. That's right. The sweet sound of Rita's season. All your favorite frozen treats back and better than ever. Nothing hits like that first refreshing Italian ice of the season. Maybe you like the frozen custard. Smooth, creamy, perfect every time. If you really want to do it up, how about the gelati? Layered just the way you love it. Sun's out, flavors popping. It's officially treat yourself season. That's right. Don't forget, download the Rita's app. New app users get a free small gelati, water ice, or custard with their first purchase. That's free happiness waiting for you. So come into Rita's. Make this season the sweetest one yet. Water ice, custard, happiness. Treat yourself to a scoop of happiness today. Be cool. Go to Rita's. Learn more at Ritas.com. Watch Sling TV, too. One of the most flexible ways to watch live TV and all the hoops. The tournament's coming up. Sling TV gives you access to the games, more control over how and when you tune in. Very cool. Check it out. Sling has flexible 1, 3, or 7-day passes. All right, that means instant access to live TV for the men's and women's tournament, right? So Sling is celebrating the chaos that everyone loves about the tournament. They're making it more fun to root for the underdogs this year. If you purchase any pass from Sling and a 12 through 16 seed makes it to the round of 16 in either the men's or women's tournament, then your next day pass is just $1, $1. All right? Get signed up. Sling.com/underdog. If an underdog wins, you win too. Live TV your way. Learn more. Sling.com/underdog. No purchase required. To learn more and see the full rules, visit sling.com/underdog. Sling TV.
Underdog.
Love you too, Tooch.
Yeah?
Yeah, he goes, I like Ed Anthony too. All right, we got a couple quick things to grind, brought to us by the BetParx Sportsbook online casino app. Yeah. We got all kinds of madness today. Kyle, the tournaments. Who do you like?
We're going to start at noon. Providence, St. John's. I'm going to go with Johnny's. Johnny's are minus 11.5. I think Johnny's roll.
You like the Johnny's today.
Yeah.
So you can play on the BetParx Sportsbook online casino app.
And 12:30. Also, Iowa State minus 5.5 versus Texas Tech. I think they're going to roll. And I'm going to go Duquesne, I think.
The Duquesne?
Duquesne minus 1.5 versus Rhode Island.
All right.
Duquesne's looking good. 5 o'clock today. I'll give you a couple hours. Good afternoon of basketball.
I mean, we got hoops up until 11:30 tonight.
I don't love it, but UMass, Miami, Ohio, right at 11 o'clock. Miami, Ohio, their last 3 games, they've only won by 2. So they're giving 6.5 right now.
What do you think of Villanova giving 7.5 to Georgetown?
I like Nova.
So do I.
Yeah, I
can see Nova being I can see Nova taking that. All right.
Yeah.
Give me a nug. You got a nug?
Yeah, we got a nug. A real simple, quick one. Where is it? We got we're gonna go World Baseball Classic again. Starting pitchers: Japan versus Venezuela on Saturday. Yamamoto.
Ooh.
Ranger Suarez.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. Yeah, so that's Saturday. Japan and Venezuela.
Let me ask you a question. This came up, and I didn't blink an eye. Who would you rather have, the Lizard or Ranger?
Lizard.
So would I.
Younger, better stuff. I know.
People, I'm like, I think the Lizard is
lovable.
Okay, but the Lizard is better.
And younger.
Yeah. Lizard's got better stuff.
Agreed. Rangers proven in the playoffs. Lizard had a great game against the Dodgers.
Right, against Dodgers.
Ranger comes out of the bullpen, a little flexibility, but as much as I love Ranger,
I'm
all Lizard all the way.
The Ranger compared to Lizard.
We did, but we do that in Philly. That's what
Lizardo, it's not even close.
For me, it's not, but
you're going to give me more Bryce.
I'm with you here. Nah, I love this slander just so you point out.
Let's go to
it's getting a little old.
Let's go with back
38.
It's right, Fit Dad. Let's go back in the day.
We're going back. We're going back. We're going back in the day with True Mark. Oh, yeah.
Going back to 1960.
Okay.
I got a little wintry mix. I was like, I saw this picture. I was like, I got to use it. I don't normally like white uniforms for the Eagles. I got a picture of 1960, Forbes Field, Pittsburgh, in a snowstorm. Norm Van Brocklin is your quarterback. But I don't know, there's something about the snow and the way these uniforms just pops.
Wow, look at that.
Dude, I like that.
That's a cool picture.
Yeah, those uniforms look good.
Yeah, that's a cool picture. That's a very cool picture. Football. Man, I can't believe I'm ready for summer. I want to go back to 75.
Dude, I actually turned the air on in our house the last couple of days.
No, I had the window. I wanted the heat.
I get no breeze. So.
I mean, it was like 80 degrees. I'm like, I actually just stood outside. Like, please come to me. Vitamin D. Good job, Ethan and Jules and everybody. We love you. Have a great day. Chat. Love you. Fit Dad. Everybody. See you tomorrow.
We all silly like the mayor.